Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel. That is right, we return to the channel, not just to a franchise. We return to the channel. It's been, what, 3-4 months that I haven't uploaded on the channel before? That's a long time. It is a long time. And I debated not even uploading this video. But then I decided I want to play some NBA 2K. And if I'm going to play it, I might as well record it and talk about it. So here we are. It is NBA 2K24, my first NBA 2K24 video of the year. Even though the game has been out since what? September? October? Whenever it comes out? I forget when it comes out. It's been out for a few months now. Everybody's made content on it, as they do. But I'm not necessarily late to the party because I just chose not to upload. I was working on main channel stuff, second channel, well, this is the second channel, third channel stuff, fourth channel stuff. I had a lot of stuff going on. So here we are. World of Juice Hoops is back, at least for right now. I can't guarantee this is going to be consistent, but I can guarantee there will be content. I just don't know how much and how often. Now, the previous format is once every 3 days. That's how I did it for 2K23 and 2K22. And that might be what we do still. That's a pretty good chunk of time in between each video. Gives me time to work on other videos as well and stuff. So that could be what we stick with. But for right now, there's no set schedule for when each video is going to come out. And there's no set schedule for how many videos are going to come out. So I apologize if you enjoyed my 2K content from the past couple of seasons and I haven't uploaded anything. That's on me. I apologize, but I just didn't really want to. But now I do. For a little bit. I wanted to play some 2K, and especially I wanted to play with Victor Wembanyama. That's right, the #1 overall pick from this year's NBA draft. Out of France, 7'4", but if you ask Giannis Antetokounmpo, he says he's 7'5", 7'6". So one of the main reasons why we're back is because I wanted to do a Spurs series with Victor Wembanyama as the cornerstone. Now, obviously, we know that the Spurs aren't doing very well in real life, and I thought about doing a Pistons rebuild, but the Pistons are so bad that I feel like a bunch of different content creators are gonna do or have done Pistons rebuilds this season. I haven't honestly seen it, so I apologize that there's none. I haven't honestly been on NBA 2K content on YouTube very often, except for KOT4Q. And Click. Those have been the two guys that I've been watching for the most part, but they only do like one video rebuilds. They don't do series and stuff. So if there is a bunch of people doing Piston rebuilds, that's good because I chose not to do them. But I hope that there's not many people doing a Spurs rebuild. I'm sure there are because Victor Wembanyama is a generational talent and people wanted to use him and rebuild around him. So that's what I want to do. So that's what we're going to be doing in this little rebuild here. The San Antonio Spurs are going to be the team that I've chosen. We're going to be rebuilding the San Antonio Spurs around Victor Wembanyama, around hopefully Devin Vassell, around maybe Tyus Jones, maybe Malachi Branham. There's a couple young guys on this team that have some very good future potential that if we put them in the right situation definitely could blossom into a very, very good NBA player. But specifically, it's all about Victor Wembanyama. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this rebuild. Now, I can't guarantee, another thing that I can't guarantee that I'm going to do a Legends series. I've been known to do Legends Fantasy Draft series on multiple different genres of games, and will be the show most currently. Then I've done some on Madden. I haven't done any this year, but I've done some on Madden. I've obviously done some on 2K. I had one going last year with the Clippers, and previously the Charlotte Hornets before that. But I don't know. I haven't fully decided if I want to do a Legends series or not this season, this NBA 2K cycle. I might, but as far as it goes right now, I don't know. So we're going to just ride it out with this Spurs rebuild and see where the road takes us. Victor Wembanyama is the cornerstone of this franchise. He is the go-to guy, the main piece, the reason this rebuild is going to go, the reason it exists in the first place. So I'm excited to get to use him. I haven't played NBA 2K since it came out. So I recently downloaded it again, and I haven't played 2K. I don't know if the game's good. It probably is the same as it was previously. So we're going to find out. We are going to find out. There's not going to be any gameplay in this first episode. This is just going to be getting to know the team, talking about future plans, all that kind of stuff. And then next episode would be the first game of the season. Also, I haven't really fully decided how I want to tackle the in-season tournament because I have enabled it. So there will be in-season tournament stuff in this season and in this rebuild. I haven't fully tackled I haven't fully decided how I want to tackle it, because they're just like randomly popped up in like the month of November and stuff. So I haven't really figured out how I want to do that. Do I want to simulate some games, play another ones? If we do like make it deep into the in-season tournament bracket, then maybe we should play like the finals if we make the final. I have no idea how we do it, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, without further ado, it's time to actually meet your San Antonio Spurs and the cornerstone of the franchise, Victor Wembanyama. So this is what the team looks like headed into this first season. We've obviously got the main man, Victor Wembanyama, 7'4" on paper. He's a stud. He can shoot the outside shot. He can obviously go inside. He's a little bit thin, little tiny, you could say, on his frame. But he's got the attributes. He's got the inside scoring. He's got the rebound, obviously. You're not going to out-rebound Victor Wembanyama very often. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible. You can bully him and beat him out if you're a bigger, more physical center or power forward. But most of the time, he's just going to out-rebound you because he's taller. And he's probably going to outscore you because he's taller. That's the benefit of being tall. Now, you also have to be physical, but the benefit of being tall is you can score over a lot of people. So Victor Wembanyama is our guy. He's the franchise. He's given the keys to the castle. Our job basically in this rebuild is to put players around Wembanyama who fit well and also complement his play style. And that's probably going to be a lot of good passers, some decent outside shooters, and maybe one big body in the middle to kind of take some of the pressure off of Wembanyama down low in the paint. And Keldon Johnson, in my opinion, is not that kind of power forward. Now, I might go in here and I might change some things up. I might move Devin Vassell to the shooting guard spot and then have Keldon Johnson come back out and play small forward, because in my opinion, in the way that I play, Keldon Johnson probably doesn't fit as a power forward in my scheme. So if we move Devin Vassell to shooting guard, Johnson goes back to small forward. We have probably Malachi Branham start at point guard, and then have Trey. Did I say Tyus Jones in the beginning? I meant Trey Jones. Trey Jones be a backup to Malachi Branham. I'm fine with that. We have Jeremy Sochan probably go back to power forward. I know he plays a lot of point guard in real life, but I've never honestly seen him as a true point guard in the NBA. So we're probably going to move him back to power forward. And he probably doesn't even fit at power forward, if we're being totally honest. But I feel like he fits power forward more than he does point guard. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be very wrong on that. But in my opinion, I feel like he's more of a power forward than he is a point guard. So we'll probably just go and do some of this really quickly. So let's go and change Malachi Branham to a point guard. He goes down to a 73, but I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. We're going to move Sochan to a power forward. He actually goes back up in overall. We're going to move Keldon Johnson to the 3. He goes up to an 83. And then we're going to move Vassell to a shooting guard. He goes to an 81. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. How do I make sure that they have secondary positions? Oh, that might have been the one. Is that the one? Yeah, here we go. I want to make sure all these guys have secondary positions. So Charles Bassey can play a little bit of power forward. Malachi's obviously going to play a little shooting guard because that's what he is most known to be. And then Zach Collins obviously needs to play a little power forward. Keldon Johnson can play a little power forward. Trey Jones probably only needs point guard. Let's see. Sochan will make him a point guard backup, I guess. Vassell can play small forward. And then, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, awesome. Confirm the changes. Now, if we go into the game plan, go into the lineup, and we make this correct, we've got Malachi starting, then Vassell at the 2, Keldon at the 3, Sochan at the 4, or Sohan. Is it Sohan? I don't know. And then Wemby at the 5. I'm fine with that roster or that lineup for at least the beginning of year 1. Obviously, we want to probably tank a little bit to get a higher draft pick to get somebody alongside Victor that can be the same kind of level. Obviously, he's not going to be generational like Wemby is, but another like top pick in the draft probably is what we'd go for. Maybe we can make a big splash in this episode. I don't know. But then we got Zach Collins off the bench with Trey Jones. Honestly, probably Trey Jones needs to be our 6th man because we can get some valuable point guard minutes off the bench from him. And basically think of it as Trey Jones leading the second unit. That's basically how we're going to think of it. With Zach Collins, with Chetty Osman, with Charles Bassey, Vontae Graham. We probably have a little bit too many guard minutes because we have Trey Jones and Vontae. I guess Vontae can play a little shooting guard. Bassey can play some... What can Bassey do? Bassey can play center power forward. Osman's a power forward, small forward. Probably small forward, power forward. I would probably switch that. And then Zach Collins is obviously a center. Okay, we got to change a few more things in the actual roster here. So let's go to Zach Collins. He's already got power forward. We need to make sure that... Where's he at? There's Charles Bassey. We need to make sure that Charles Bassey's playing power forward center. And then we need to make sure that Chetty Osman is playing small forward and then power forward so that we can have that. There we go. All right, that's a little bit better then. And then we'll go back to the game plan and we will adjust this. So then they have Osman playing as the 6th man. I don't really want that. I want Trey Jones still being the 6th man. Then Collins, Osman. I mean, I don't like this bench that much, but there's a reason why the Spurs are not great. Blake Wesley's interesting. He's got a good outside shot, it seems, and he's a decent playmaker. I don't really know. We might have to make a big splash move. I kind of want to take a little bit of minutes away from Sohan, move a little bit more up to Malachi. That could be a little controversial, but I'll take some away from Zach Collins and give him back to Sohan. We'll do that, and then give Wemby 36 minutes, because we want Wemby being the leading scorer, obviously. We want him to be the captain of the ship, be the guy. So that I think that's how we're going to rock with Season 1, at least the beginning of Season 1. As far as scouting goes and the prospects go, I have loaded in a fictional draft class. This isn't just like 2K auto-generated when you load up the thing. This is actual, somebody created this. So it is a fictional draft class. I just loaded up one that I thought could work, and it seems to have pretty balanced overalls right now. Nobody's like an A+ or anything. Couple B-, some B+, some C's. They look like they're pretty well-rounded for right now. There's a 7'4" guy in here, Julio Cruz. We could pair him alongside Wemby and have the Twin Towers. That could be pretty cool. Probably not, though. We also got a couple big-time point guards in this one, like Jimmy Vega, like Sheldon Benjamin. Like, I'm going to mess that up a lot, aren't I? Because there's a wrestler in WWE, if you're not familiar with pro wrestling, named Shelton Benjamin. One of my favorites of the 2000s. And it's a pretty close name. So I'm going to probably screw that up. But then you got, like, is it Dizal? Is that how you would pronounce it? I'm not 100% sure. But he's a big-time Duke point guard. Then you got Gustavo Santos de Oliveira. I like that name. Then you got Ryan Atlow. I mean, you got some big-time guys in here. Some tall centers. Scooter Berry. Scooter? I hardly know her. And you got Rico Vega. Like, you got some interesting talent in here. And then who was that guy with the hair? Oh, Warren Justice got the red hair. Okay. You got some big-time names in here. Some good players from some big schools, except for Montana. Ooh, that guy's from Puerto Rico, Jimmy Vega. Okay. San Jose State, UCLA for Julio Cruz, Mexico for Mitch Lawson Wade. Interesting. Benjamin's from Alabama. Jones is from Duke, like we mentioned. UCLA. Oh, UCLA teammates. Was it this guy? No, it was Julio Cruz, right? Julio Cruz and Gustavo Santos de Oliveira, however you say his name. Teammates at UCLA. Very interesting. Ryan Atlow went to Army. Oh, we don't see a lot of Army players. Don't see any Army players in the NBA. Meat Chicken's got Jonathan Boozer. Wichita State. Okay, not as many like huge blue blood names as I would have predicted, but there's some okay guys. That guy's from India? Awesome. Okay, I haven't seen any India players in any draft classes, but this is cool because this is just somebody who made it. So 2 teammates from India. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. I might have to do a little bit of premeditated scouting on some of these guys because I have no idea how anybody's gonna do. But that's kind of what we're looking for the draft class. I didn't want to just go generic. I wanted to at least put in somebody's hard work, and I looked up some fictional draft classes, and I found this one. So the number 1 overall prospect is Tashawn Marbury from Montana. He's the number 1 pretty much consensusly, except for a couple of different publications, 2K Big Board and 2K Draft. So 2K thinks that he's not the number 1 pick, but everybody else does. All right. He's got David Thompson Hall of Fame. Jimmy Vega doesn't have one. A few guys don't have one. Scottie Pippen for Ryan Atlow. All right. That's the Army guy, right? Is that the Army guy? Ryan Atlow is, yeah, the Army guy. Okay. We'll see as the season goes on. See kind of who separates themselves, how everybody does, all that kind of good, delicious stuff. Now, as far as contracts go, contract extensions, nobody, it seems, is eligible for a new contract. But we have some guys that are on 1-year deals like Osman, like Dougie Mack, Doug McDermott. We got Sandro. I'm going to screw this up. Mamu Kelashvili? Mamu Kelashvili. I don't know. I apologize. He's on a 1-year deal. David Duke Jr., Dominic Barlow. Those guys are all on 1-year deals. Probably none of them come back. If anybody comes back, it's Osman. But I don't know. I don't really know on that one. We got everybody pretty much locked up because everybody's super young on this team, or at least the guys that matter the most. Future draft picks go, we have a couple. Now, the ones that we have are protected, so we have to hope that the Hornets are bad, but not bad enough to take their pick back, and we have to hope the Raptors are bad, but not bad enough to take their pick back. The Raptors, I think, could be bad, but also good enough to not be in the top 5. Because if they are in the top 5, then it goes back to Toronto. Same deal with the Hornets. If they are bad enough to be in the lottery, which I feel like they will be, they're going to be gone. So the lottery protected pick from the Hornets might be a good idea to trade away. And obviously we have some Hawk picks from that the deal with DeJounte Murray. We have a lot of future picks with that. And DeJounte Murray, I did hear rumors. I don't know how active they are right now, depending on when this video comes out, but I did hear rumors that the Spurs were interested again in DeJounte Murray. So maybe we're interested in DeJounte Murray in this series. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. But we have that first-round pick, and you can see this is the first time I've played 2K because they're showing me how to do trades and stuff. Can I get out of this? I don't care. I played 2K before. It's just because it's the first time I played this one. If there's anybody that I would want to trade, who would it be? It would, I don't know. I'd have to get into the game and see how people's releases feel and see all that kind of stuff. I don't know. And I do want to mention, before we go pretty much any further, although this is towards the end of the video by now, if you're looking for realism, this is not the channel for you. This is not the rebuild for you. I don't tend to delve into realism in Madden, MLB The Show, 2K, whatever I play. It's just, for me, I like to go, it's a video game. I like to do some crazy things, make some crazy trades, sign some crazy free agents, stuff that would never happen in real life, because that's the point. It's never going to happen in real life, so you can make it happen in a video game. So if that's not your bag, totally fine. I get it. There's tons. Every single YouTube channel you go out there and look for does realistic stuff, because that's what people like. But I go the other way. Non-realistic stuff, because maybe that's somebody else's bag. So that's my bag, so that's what we're going to be doing. So don't expect me to not go out there and sign. If, like, I don't know who's a free agent this year. If Jason Tatum, I think he's locked up forever. But if Jason Tatum somehow becomes a free agent, I'd go in for him. It's not realistic. He would never sign with the Spurs, but I would go in for him. Let's say that maybe I want Tyrese Halliburton as my starting point guard. He's probably never going to get traded from the Pacers, but in this universe, maybe he could. So yeah, just those are some examples. Just don't be shocked when something totally unrealistic happens. Now back to this. Who is a guy that I would be willing to trade? Probably Zach Collins, if we're being honest. I don't think he's true backup center material. And if I was going to trade him, I could trade him for a starting power forward because Sohan, I don't know. I just don't know if he's going to be our power forward. He doesn't fit the mold that I want to create with a big body power forward in the paint to take away from the attention of Wemby. Because I want Wemby to roam. I want Wemby to, I want him to go down in the paint and score, but I also want him to go around the world. I want him to see the world on the court. So we're going to need a big body power forward to take up those minutes in the paint. Now, who does that fit? A Jaren Jackson Jr. is almost the perfect power forward for what I'm looking for. There's DeJounte Murray. Jaren Jackson Jr. fits what I'm thinking pretty much to a T. Same thing with Bam. Those are the types of power forwards I'm thinking. And I've never really been on the Bam as a center train, but it's whatever. Who else? Julius Randle kind of fits what I'm thinking here, but he's more of an outside kind of guy too. Not going to be able to get Paolo. Who else? Who else fits the mold here? Aaron Gordon, but he's 28 years old. I don't really want to go for that. But Aaron Gordon's another guy that would fit what I'm thinking about. Zion obviously fits what I'm thinking, but Zion is not going to be able to get traded for, at least not season 1. And this is updated roster, so RJ is on the Raptors. Pascal could be a guy, but he's got an expiring contract, so it might make him easier to trade for, but I don't know if we'd be able to bring him back is the question. J-Dub. I did think about doing the Thunder, but I've done a Thunder rebuild on this channel before, so that's what made me want to do the Spurs and Wemby. Wait, why does Anthony Edwards not have his picture? The heck? Why does he not have his portrait? That's weird. Whatever. I don't know why that's the case. Let's see. I don't think there's any other power forward. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is the guy. He kind of fits to a T what I'm looking for. A big-time, big-body rebounder who's going to get you some buckets in the paint, but he's mainly going to rebound for you and play some amazing defense. Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of fits what I'm looking for here, and he's only 4-star value. So if we go to the trade finder and pull up Jaren Jackson Jr., we'll see what they have. We will see what the Grizzlies have on Jaren Jackson. No offers. That's not a good start. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is, if we want to test out a trade, we're going to have to build our own. So if we go to the Grizzlies, we add Jaren Jackson Jr. in there. Obviously, I would give them that Hornets lottery protected pick. It is only 2-star value because I'm assuming every team knows that the Hornets are going to get that pick back because they suck. And I would throw in Zach Collins. You're asking me to give away yet? I understand I'm asking to give away a valuable asset, but I have a lot of draft picks. What else do I want to throw into this deal in terms of a player? Because I could throw in another player. We probably have too many wings on the team. Like, we have Doug McDermott. We have Osman. But then we have, like, Vontae. We need another shooting guard on this team. We have Vassell. Branham was our other shooting guard, but he's going to be our starting point guard. So Vontae kind of just falls away, and then maybe we trade for another shooting guard to be a backup. So I'll throw Vontae in this deal. Trade is illegal, so we'll get like their worst player or something. Give me, I guess we could go for John Conchar. That's not that bad. They wouldn't give up Zaire Williams, I wouldn't think. So just give me John Conchar. That's fine. What about this deal? Yep, okay. So I would be willing to give up some future draft picks. We have a ton of them. So I'd be willing to give up this 2028 first-round pick from the Celtics. I'd be willing to give up this 2027 first-round pick from us because I'm hoping by 2027 we're really, really good. Does that do it the deal? It doesn't. So 3 first-round picks plus Zach Collins and Devontae Graham does not get the job done. I don't want to trade this Bulls pick yet because the Bulls could be good, but not good enough to be, or not bad enough to be top 10. But if worst comes to worst, then I will trade that pick. This one says swap worst with the Spurs, so if the Hawks finish better than us, no, if the Hawks are worse record than us, we would get the worst of the 2 picks. So I'd rather trade that pick and have the Grizzlies deal with that. How's that? That's not a deal. Ugh, okay. I think this 2028 pick is holding it down because it's just not very valuable. What about if I get rid of Vontae and I get rid of Conchar? So then we just straight up have this deal. And then I guess I could give them that Bulls pick. I have a ton of second round picks I can give them if they want second round picks, but they don't want second round picks. I can give them that Bulls pick. That might get it done for Jaren Jackson Jr. That's a lot of first round picks, but they're all late into the rebuild. How's that? Yeah! We got Jaren Jackson Jr., baby. That's the perfect power forward for what I was looking for. So now Jackson Jr. comes in. He can play amazing defense alongside Wemby. Now Sohan can come off the bench with Trey Jones, Osman, and now we just need to get a shooting guard. I like this team, though. I like this team a lot now, adding in Jackson Jr. I feel like we were missing a big-time power forward, and now we got that. So let's go to the trade finder and look for a shooting guard who fits what I'm talking about on the bench. I want a shooting guard that can get me some buckets off the bench. I want a guy that I can count on to just light it up for, I don't know, 10 to 15 points a night coming off the bench. Not going to be super difficult to trade for. I wonder if Cam Thomas is hard to trade for. If we throw him in the trade finder, they want Jaren Jackson Jr. and Vontae, but they'll give us Ben Simmons. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. How hard is it to get Ben Simmons? It probably isn't that hard. Keldon Johnson and Vontae, or Doug McDermott and Keldon Johnson. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But that could be fun to get Ben Simmons. Let's see. I need a shooting guard that's a stud. I need an absolute stud of a shooting guard. So let's sort by best three-point shooters on the team. Rui Hachimura is the best three-point shooter on the Lakers. That's crazy. Dante DiVincenzo is interesting. And he's a good perimeter defender too. And OG Anunoby. Ooh. I know he just got traded to the Knicks, but these two guys we'll have to keep in mind. These two guys I could come back to. Malik Monk is interesting. Tyler Hero's too hard to get. He's only 23. That's kind of crazy. There's a lot of three-point shooters on the Heat. I mean, we could go back for DeJounte Murray. That's always a possibility. What do they want for him? They want Jaren and Chetty. They want Devin Vassell, Doug McDermott in a second. That's actually not that bad, to be honest. And then Chetty and Devin. DeJounte's only on a one-year deal, right? It says he's got a one-year deal. What's his contract look like? No, I don't care about that. Get through. Where's his contract at? There it is. Oh, no, he's got a huge contract. Okay, so he gets super expensive the more we go. I guess I should have just looked up at the 5-year deal. We'll put that on the burner. We'll put that on the back burner. Keep out for that. Let's see. I kind of am interested in those two freaking Knicks players. What about Derek White? I know Derek White's a really good defender. Vassell and Trey Jones. I don't want to give up Vassell. If I can get away with not giving up Vassell, I think that's going to be the move. Lonzo? He's not a shooting guard. Malik Beasley. Sixers. I don't think I'm going to be finding a guy that fits what I'm looking for as well as either of those two Knicks players, DiVincenzo or OG. I think that we're going to go for either one of them. How hard is it to get either one? Dante would be Sohan and Bassie. Okay. And then OG would be Johnson and Bassie, or Johnson, a first, and Sandro. So neither of them are crazy hard to get. They both have really good perimeter defense. They both have really good three-point shooting. OG has better inside and mid. Well, he has better mid. DiVincenzo has better inside. They're both 26. DiVincenzo's lower overall. OG can probably play a little bit of small forward and probably a little bit of power forward, if I'm being honest. Who do I like more? OG's got a 1+1. He's got a player option. So he could accept it, he could not accept it. That's a possibility. And then DiVincenzo, he's locked up for 4 seasons. So that makes it a little bit more enticing. I think I want to go a little bit of Dante DiVincenzo. So his offers were Sohan and Bassie. I feel like we can make that pretty easy. Not giving up Sohan probably, but I feel like we can get DiVincenzo. If I could actually click on the right thing, we could actually get DiVincenzo pretty easily. So let's go find the Knicks and go to Dante DiVincenzo. And, yep, I know I didn't click that. And I'd probably give him Vontae because we have Trey Jones to back up Malachi Branham. So we wouldn't need any more point guard minutes. I wouldn't think. Sandro's my only backup center now, though. That's the only problem. Maybe we do need to make a trade for another center, too. Or sign a center in free agency. I don't know if there is any. But I'd probably consider giving up Bassie. I know he's 22. He's got some potential. But we also got Sohan to play some power forward. I'd give up Dougie Mack, if we're being totally honest. I'd give up Dougie Mack, and I'd give up some second-round picks. I'll just give him like a bunch of second-round picks. Maybe that'll do the deal. A couple 2025s, a 2027. How about a 2028 as well? That's all I got is 2028s. How about all that? I'll give you everything I own in second-round picks. No, okay, that doesn't get the job done, especially because Dougie's probably not super enticing. But how about if I take away a couple of those second-round picks and I throw in... What else can I throw in? I want to keep these 2 first-round picks. I obviously want to keep these 2 first-round picks. What do I want to do? I want to keep that first-round pick because that's the only other first-round pick we have in 2027. So probably not draft picks anymore. It's probably got to be another player. How do I want to do this? Do they want Blake Wesley? He's actually more valuable than Dougie Mack is. Give me Jacob Toppin. Can I trade for Jacob Toppin? I can't. He's not on a full contract. Give me Ryan Arcidiacono. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Give me Jericho Sims. Give me Jericho Sims and see what happens here. No? Okay. Maybe Jericho Sims is a little bit too valuable. How about if you give me Arcidiacono? I think it's Arcidiacono, isn't it? Okay, they don't like that. But I can throw in one other second-round pick, that Lakers second-round pick. How's that? Man, I'm trying to scrape the barrel, aren't I? I can do this. I know I can do this. I can get this deal done. But it probably goes through if I give him Bassie or Graham. How do I want to do this? I think Vontae's got to be in the deal. We'll take away Blake Wesley. The money doesn't match up. What are they missing? They need 9.7. Oh, Vontae, you're making too much. I think Mac's making too much. Yeah, Dougie Mac's making too much money. What's this? We can get rid of Arcidiacono. How's that? Does that go through? That doesn't go through. What about if I throw in some second-round picks now? If I just throw a bunch of second-round picks on the deal? Nope. Okay. So we're gonna have to add in another player. I could throw in Blake Wesley now, I guess, because he's not expensive. How's that? Oh, come on. You know you want to do this. Come on. How's that? I'm trying to make this work, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get it. Do I have to give up Charles Bassie too? That's the question. Do I have to give up Charles Bassie? I wonder who's in free agency. I have no idea. Where's free agency at again? Here it is. Who's here in free agency? So you got Hami Diallo. Interesting. Can I negotiate with him? Team can have, oh, okay, 15 players on the roster. There's some interesting players in this free agency. Kemba and John Wall. Austin Rivers. There's Diallo. Javonte Green. Rudy Gay. Okay. Darius Baisley. Isaiah Roby. All my Thunder players from that rebuilder here. There's Blake Griffin. Montrezl Harrell. Jermichael Green. Willie Hernan Gomez. Oh, man. There's some big-time names in here. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll keep Sissoko in here because he's just got drafted, right? Yeah, from the G League. So we will keep him. We will probably cut Julian Champagne if we're being totally honest. Do we really need him on the team? Probably not. So bye-bye. We'll cut him and David Duke Jr. and Dominic Barlow. Do we need those guys? I don't think so. They're two-way contract guys. You can leave. I don't care. Go away. All right, so that should free up some room. I can sign some people now, I think. If I go to free agents, I want Diallo. So we can give him a one-year deal for $761, and he's declined the offer. Dude, you're sitting in free agency. You're sitting in free agency. Accept the deal. I decline the offer. Come on, Hami. You don't have a job. Why do you not want to play some ball? You don't want to play ball? Well, then you're not a true hooper, are you? You're not a true hooper if you don't want to play ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Who else should I sign? Nerlens Noel? That could be a nice backup. A one-year minimum for Nerlens? Yeah, of course. A one-year minimum for Nerlens. I'll take that all day, every day. All right. Who else? Who the F else? Serge Ibaka's here at 34. I didn't know he's still in the league. Taj Gibson? What are we smoking? Willie Cauley-Stein? Oh my God. Some of these names I haven't heard in a while. Is there anybody else that I want besides Hami? There's some interesting names in here. I don't know if there's anybody that I absolutely have to have. Ooh, forget about it. Dwayne Washington, absolutely. Get that Buckeye contract on here. Give me the Buckeyes. He's declined? Dwayne! You're not playing basketball right now. I know it's a two-way deal. Sign the dang contract. Oh, my God. I think he wants an actual contract. Oh, my God. The nerve of some people. Am I right? The nerve of some people. All right, so we signed Nerlens Noel to be a backup center, so we don't have to trade for another center. But I would trade Vontae and Doug McDermott and maybe Sandro. Now that we signed Nerlens Noel, I'd probably trade Sandro because I don't really... Do I want him, though? I don't know. Let's figure it out. This will be probably the last thing that we do here. So let's trade... Not Charles Bassey. Let's trade Vontae, Dougie, and probably Blake Wesley for... And I'll throw in a second-round pick. And that's got to get DiVincenzo, right? That's got to get DiVincenzo. What do they want? Oops, I did that on accident. Legal trade, they'd be $14.7 million over the salary cap. So who's making $14 million? Probably nobody that they want to give up, right? Josh Hart, but that's going to make this trade a little bit harder to get. Ah, it sucks. I think it's Doug McDermott's contract is making it too expensive. Well, let's take Doug out, and then we'll take Josh Hart out. How's that? This is back to the same thing we were just doing. I mean, I guess I could... I don't want to trade a first-round pick for Dante DiVincenzo. If I was going to trade a first-round pick, I'd go for OJ Anunoby. I don't want to trade a first-round pick. I just feel like DiVincenzo is the better fit for us. It's just I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make this work. I wonder... Can I do the old KOT4Q thing and trade finder Wesley for a first-round pick? Is there anybody that wants Blake Wesley for a first-round pick? A 2027 first-round... Oh, that gives up Nerlens as well. So there's no trade where I can give up just Blake Wesley. Well, that's annoying. Okay. What about if I give up... What about if I give up Vontae? No. What about if I give up Doug? Because he's too expensive. So what if I give up Doug? Is there any way I can get Doug off the team for a first-round pick? Or maybe a player that's higher overall? I could get Conchar in a 20... I'd get my pick. I'd get my pick back that I had with the Celtics. That's one of the picks I sent in the Jaren Jackson Jr. deal. John Isaac's interesting. Talk about playing defense. I'm either gonna do this deal with Conchar and then get that first-round pick and send that in the trade with DiVincenzo, but it's only a one-star pick. But it's better value than the half-star pick that the second-round pick is that we've been trying to trade. Or I do this John Isaac deal. But I feel like we could get John Isaac anytime, right? If I really want John Isaac, I could probably get him. Let's do this deal. Send Doug to the Grizzlies. Now we have a first-round pick and Conchar that we can throw into the deal. So let's go back, talk to the Knicks, and ask them about a certain Dante DiVincenzo. And we can throw in Vontae, because he was going to be in the deal anyway. And then we can throw in that 2028 first-round pick that we just got. How's that? Okay, they say no, but now I can throw in a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of second-round picks. And if that doesn't work, I can throw them Blake Wesley as well. How's that? No? Okay, I think I'm going to have to throw in Blake Wesley. I don't think second-round picks is going to get it done. So let's throw in Conchar first. Nope, okay. He's got the same value as Dougie Mack, so it's not surprising. How's that? Oh, come on! A young player in Wesley. You get a first-round pick. Oh, God, okay. What about if I throw Conchar in the trade finder? Can I get a first-round pick for him? I'd be shocked if I could. Couple second-round picks. A bunch of second-round picks. Is there a player that has more value in terms of stars? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Well, this isn't good, is it? This is not good. What about if I paired Conchar with that 2028 first-round pick? I can get a first-round pick that has a star and a half. That's something. That is something. I can get Dennis Smith Jr., who has 2-star value. I gotta make this work. So we gotta get... If only Amir Coffey had more than just 1.5-star value. But this could work, because this would be another first-round pick. It's a higher value than the first-round pick that we're getting, or that we had in the first place. Maybe that's all that we need. And we add in Amir Coffey, who's about the same value. So this has got to work. This has absolutely got to work. This is my best offer I can probably give without giving up too much. So we give up Blake Wesley, Vontae Graham, and the guy that we just got, Amir Coffey, plus that 2028 first-round pick. It's got no protections on it. It's just straight up a first-round pick. And it has a half a star more value. And I'll even throw in a couple extra seconds that have no protections on them to sweeten the pot. You gotta say yes to this. You gotta say yes to this. Come on. Dante DiVincenzo. No. Okay. They need a little bit more money. Who's making like, what was it, like $4 million or something? Precious. I hate my life. Now he's making too much money because I think Amir Coffey's making too much money. This has been more of a challenge than I expected. What's that say? Oh, 15 players on the team. Oh, this is perfect. Well, then I can just throw in like Jericho Sims and you can say no, okay? I can throw in, who's your worst player? Who is your literal worst player? It's Jacob Toppin, but I can't go for that. So, Archidinakino, I'm back. And they won't give me either OG. Give me one of these two players. I didn't think it'd be this hard. I thought that I'd be able to almost finesse them. The trade screen wants to give me... I mean, they're asking for a 3.5-star value Jeremy Sohan. I mean, we're talking crazy. You're talking absolutely crazy. And then Keldon Johnson's in both of these deals. I'm not going to give you Keldon Johnson or Jeremy Sohan, so I guess I'm just not going to be able to get them. I tried my butt off to get both of them. Either one of them. But it's not going to happen. So we'll have to readjust our intentions. It could be Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter's got that bucket value. But look at some of these trades. He's probably a little bit too valuable. I just want to get a bucket off the bench. I didn't realize it was going to be this hard to get a bucket off the bench. Can I get the rookie? No, I can't get the rookie. I wanted to just see. Just wanted to see. Can I get the other rookie? Jaime Jaquez? All right, this is a little bit more reasonable. Ooh, I can get Jaime and Duncan Robinson for a first-round pick. Oh, that's 2024. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I thought we were getting crazy here for a second. Who can be my bucket getter off the bench? Who's going to be that bucket getter off the bench? There's got to be somebody. There's somebody here that can get me buckets off the bench at a lightning fast pace. I don't want Malik Beasley. We've been down that road before. There's got to be a bucket getter. I know there's bucket getters in the league off the bench. I've seen it too many times. There are plenty of bucket getters off the bench. I just got to find one. Naz Reid's got an A-3 since when? Come on. Give me a bucket off the bench. What about the Thompson twin? He can't get buckets off the bench. Jay-Sean? Jay-Sean for Bassie. Jay-Sean's a little bit more reasonable, but is Jay-Sean the bucket I'm going to get? Are we selling t-shirts for former Ohio State Buckeye Jay-Sean Tate? Maybe. Is Gary Trent Jr. really only 24? There's no way Gary Trent Jr. is only 24. He's been in the league forever. How is he only 24? That's crazy. All right, they're asking for way too much on him. Marcus Sasser out of Houston, right? Yeah, Houston. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be such a challenge to try to figure this out. Downtown Bruce Brown? Is he my bucket off the bench? Ooh, top 5 protected first-round pick from us. So if we're bad enough, we get that first-round pick back. We do have to give up Chetty Osman, though. I don't really want to do that. Man, I'm not really finding anybody that I want, am I? Christian Brown is a possible bucket. Who else is possible buckets? Jalen Suggs. Is he a bucket? He could be a bucket, but they don't even want to give me to him. Or give him to me is what I wanted to say. And then we're back to Huerter again. Hardly know her. He's got value, right? He's got like 3-star, 2.5-star. I feel like Kevin Huerter is not that hard to get. I mean, I thought that was the same deal with DiVincenzo, but I was wrong. And maybe I wasn't giving enough value back to them, but whatever. Kevin Huerter. Hardly know her. I'm going to be making that joke all the time. If I give them Vontae, what do they say to that? They've made a counteroffer. All right, now we're talking. Oh, but they want my first-round pick. No, thank you. At least they're willing to talk. I'll give you Blake Wesley as well. A valuable asset? Is he that valuable? I'll give you Amir Coffey. I have to get somebody back in return. So who's your lowest overall player that's under contract? Kessler Edwards. They say no, but I have that 2028 first-round pick. I got it. Finally, we got my bucket off the bench. It's about time. We got the bucket off the bench. Kevin Huerter is now on the team. So now I feel confident. We have our starting 5. Malachi, Vassell, Johnson, Jackson Jr., and Wemby. Then off the bench, we've got the captain of the bench, Trey Jones. We've got Sohan, Kevin Huerter, Osman, Bassie, Noel. We've got some guys now. We've got some guys that I feel confident with. I'm going to actually make this an 11-man rotation so that we can get Nerlens Noel some buckets, get him some minutes. So let's remove some of these minutes from a couple of guys and give Nerlens a little bit of love. Okay, perfect. So we got 11-man rotation going, gives me a little bit of flexibility. Sohan is pretty versatile. Huerter can play both shooting guard and small forward. Trey Jones can play probably some shooting guard too. Bassie's got power forward center. Nerlens Noel's got power forward center. We got some versatility. And I obviously like our starting rotation too. So, okay, that's going to be the team. That is going to be the team. We will probably next episode play opening night against Luka and Kyrie. That could be pretty fun. And then how this series is going to work is we're going to simulate a lot of the season, jump in, play some games, probably play some in-season tournament games if we make it far. I don't know if we're going to make it far, but we're definitely going to play some games if we do. I'm going to put Wemby on the untouchables. I'm going to put probably Malachi on there as well. And then who else do I think is untouchable? I don't know. Those guys are the only two right now. If I play well with a couple other guys and I like their shots, I'll make them untouchable too. But yeah, that's how it's going to work. We're going to simulate a lot of the season, jump in and play a few games, and then get through. We want to get through these seasons pretty quickly. So I hope you guys are excited for season 1 of the Spurs with Wembanyama, Jaren Jackson Jr. now on the team. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Like I said, don't expect these super consistently, but I'm going to try my best. I've got a lot of priorities ahead of this, but I will try my best to get these out pretty consistently. But that's going to do it for this first episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.